Hey guys, we continue a little bit working on the Blender scene here. Today is Sunday and I didn't mean to record another video today, but I have some time because I miscommunicated with a friend. We wanted to play ESO today, which is short for the Elder Scrolls Online. We've never really played this game for real, like serious. But we just wanted to play something together, but well, long story short, we don't play it today, but next time, because he is now playing what is this called, a very boring game to me, but he likes it very much. Europe Universal, in German it's Europa Universalis, for something like that. Anyway, so I have time to continue a little bit, which is good because first of all I changed this last time. I did not save that, and also I rendered last time, as you may saw, the PNG file or the scene, if you want, to a PNG file, and I forgot this guy here, so we have to do this again. Also we're gonna take a look into Blender nonsense into GIMP Photoshop, which we need to use later on to cut out this area here. So today's goal is basically, I thought I needed to continue on that anyway. My goal is to make, like I said last time, to making a 19-inch screen, so a little bit bigger screen that which I can use for recording games. Well, we have to make a nice version. That's what it is. We have to make a nice version. So this could take a while or not. This is really not. We can't really say if you finish this today or not, because I never know. I never know. So I think that looks good. Let's see how this looks. So we optimize the scene a little bit. Also we work on the snowman here, and then we go into a GIMP, and then I cut this out and show you how I do that. So I have to change the scene here. Cycles. Yeah. It looks okay. Okay, this is fine. So we save that. And then before we render the scene, I think we should go to this guy here. Oopsala. To this guy. And I think I'm gonna adjust him as well, but maybe not today. But for sure we're gonna get the better. Well, on my right screen I have like a better. Let me do this on the right side so that I don't show accidentally stuff I don't want to show, you know. Okay, wait a second. Where is it? Oh, you know what? Just hold on. So yeah, that's easier when I just pause the recording. It's first of all, I don't show what I don't want to show, and the second thing is that it takes sometimes so long until I find my own save games, because I have different folders which sound similar. So I have an OBS folder, and Let's Play, and then I have a Let's Play folder standalone, and then I have a Blender Let's Play, not Blender, and then Let's Play folder, and then OBS. So I'm completely confused. I'm sure there is a better way to do that, but for me right now it's just how I function. And it's weird. So we will optimize the little snowman a little bit, and we use this guy. Okay, I already did this today for the thumbnail. I changed this a little bit. So I don't think we need Merry Christmas right now, because that's a little bit too soon. I mean, you know, that's nice and so on, but a little bit too soon. So how would you do it? I have an idea. We're gonna go into the X-ray mode. Oops. We're gonna go into the. There is also in Blender you can use multiple layers, which is good probably for organizing stuff. I think so. Maybe for more purposes as well. For some reason, I haven't used. I don't use layers right now. I'm not that because I don't like them or something. It's not yet. I'm not feeling ready to look at the layers now. So what we've done basically just we copied and made a copy of this, so that I can freely change this stuff here without you know, so that I have still the original kind of. Okay, this here is a mirror mode, and that's cool, but problem is with the mirror mode, it looks exactly the same. So this is, if you see, so we will want to change this to, wait a second, yeah, this one here. Yeah, okay, let's just apply that. I think that's okay, we can apply that. Now it's a real one piece thing, because we applied the mirror mode. I will explain a little bit today, but I hope it's okay when I sometimes not do. So what I want to do is now I want to change the other side so that it looks slightly different. And we can, because it's right now it's a one piece thing, and actually we don't have to separate that. I just thought we could change it in here as well. On the other hand, it's easier. It's a little bit easier. Although does it matter? It doesn't, I guess. No, it doesn't. We can just make it a little bit, see how this looks like. Upsala. So, oh, I have one problem. I always forget about to tell you guys that with Blender, that's a huge problem for me. And I have this since I started with that. You know, as you may know, I learn English, right? And I also have the German. I sometimes need a German language. And the problem with the German and English keyboard is that the Z and Y key are vice versa in the German version. So, and every time when I switch to a different, I have a shortcut for that, to a different type of keyboard launch settings, I confuse myself with the, I can't use the you know, Z and Y is done vice versa also in Blender, and that makes me completely crazy in terms of, well, not completely crazy, like, oh, it's not possible. It's just, I think it's a kind of a unique thing which I struggle with. So how do we change that now? I'm a little bit, I stuck a little bit. Actually, it's very simple, but for some reason, you know what? I have an idea. I have a good idea. I think too much sometimes. Let's just get rid of this nonsense here, and we make just, you know, we just keep what am I doing? Keep working on that here. So like go on this menu is just always nicer. Just has to look a little bit different, but not too much. That's why I have. Oh, this was funny. Hey man, what's up, man? That's why I have activated this one here, because then I can just drag and drop it with my mouse. That's helpful. Usually you can, I think. This is the normal menu, and then you can grab stuff with the G, and then you can activate Z X with that, or the Y X, and like I said, with the keys. Sometimes it's a problem, not really a problem, but one of those little things, you know, Okay, so to be careful because a stick is a stick, and if you make it too round, it's a little bit weird. Yeah. I hope it's okay when I'm shut up a little bit today. Yeah? It looks like... Oh god. It looks like there's no one is giving me the finger. No, come on, you have to be a nice snowman. What the heck? Can't give me the finger. Yeah, stuff like this happens. Like nonsense happens pretty often. Yeah. You know, because it's just a stick. It doesn't have to be perfect or something. But I mean, I keep saying this, right? That nothing has to be perfect, but that's also because, first of all, it reassures me. That's important, and it is true. Actually, I never made a tree or something in Blender. Could be fun, I guess. Could be fun. So this looks kind of like that. Hey, shall we give him a little bit of an tree? Shall we try that? Of an leaf, not tree. Let's try this, huh? So to make it easier for us to see that, I would say we're gonna select here this part, and then we're gonna go into this menu, give him a new material, apply this material, and then we're gonna make this one here. Did I not apply that? Assign, we have to assign it here, and it's a little bit too bright, like this one. Yeah. So, well, how does a leaf actually look? I think a little bit like this one here. It doesn't really look like that. But, well, that's because one leaf is not enough, and also leaves are not, you know, like they are. Oh, that's better. That's a lot better. So then we can make this one here, this one, and oh, today I actually I also I did this while I was waiting for. I was in TeamSpeak waiting for my friend to come, and I kind of knew he probably is in Steam and waiting for me to say, because I said yesterday I would have time approximately at 4 p.m. and he said yeah he as well. So I was there waiting for him for a while. And so hold on. Today. So I was in TeamSpeak waiting because we're still using TeamSpeak. We are not that hip anymore, I guess. You know, what's hip right now? What's it called again? What is the hip thing to use for the young kids? Discord. We don't like that. Why? I do not know. I think TeamSpeak and Discord doesn't really matter in terms of. I don't think TeamSpeak is nicer or something. And Discord is just, you know, that's what people are using now. That's what happens sometimes, right? So, and yeah. Anyway, you see, I always digress in weird directions. So what was it? What something I wanted to say? Anyway, so I was waiting, and then I thought while I was waiting, started some games, and then I thought, hey, maybe I can check out. Dungeon Siege 2 how to make it, how to be able to play this with a higher resolution. And there is actually a way I found it out. There is also a way to turn on the window mode, and it looks actually really good, surprisingly good in HD, which is bad because I want to use my, if I record stuff like this, I want to use my my retro interface. Yeah, it looks funny, right? But it looks very good, I have to say. It looks very good, almost like, oh, yeah, I would like to see that. Only problem is the interface with those old games is so very small, and it's almost hurting the eyes. So you know, it's like I figured out that although I'm not that old, but I think I can feel it meanwhile that when I play and font or whatever is written is very small, it is really exhausting. So I really prefer here as well. I made this a little bit bigger. How did I do that? Maybe preferences. Anyway, and that's just, I shouldn't do too many things at once. It's better. It's a lot better. So I'm not pretend that I'm still that young. I mean, I'm not that old, but I like to say that actually. When my nephew comes, from time to time, I always make jokes about it. I always say, "Oh, Mikey, man, I'm too old for that." That's funny. Anyway, so I kind of like it. I think I'm gonna be okay when I'm old. Important is that you are healthy enough to be able to what the heck have I done here? I don't like that. To be able to, let's save the game between whether you're healthy, right? Because being old can be difficult if you are not healthy. I have screwed something up, so we're gonna get rid of those stuff again. This is what I meant last time. This happens pretty quickly, and then it's good to do those little steps I just did. To just can we subdivide it? Yeah, that's even better. Yeah, to just get rid of those stuff again. And if you do stuff like this, and you think I'm always talking from the perspective from a noob, because this is what I know, how it feels if you are a noob, completely a noob. That's what I know. So that's what I can talk about. So if you start with Blender and you're getting discouraged because you get confused as soon as you touch something, I mean, really don't worry. Everybody does. Just take it easy. Make a lot of saves. Start it again if you want. If you really didn't know what you've done, just close it or load the file again. Make a lot of backup saves, so that you always can go back or always do that. Select the whole thing. The easiest way to do that is, like I said, X-ray on, turn on, select everything. So that this makes sure that it really selecting everything what is visible right now, and then make this copy like I did with Control C and V. There's also a different way to duplicate things, but that's a little bit tricky sometimes. You can duplicate stuff when you, for example, let me show you this quickly. When I duplicate, when I copy this, let me just quickly really show you this. I'm going to select everything and hide everything, because I think that could be interesting. So let's say we have a red cube, right? And we're gonna copy it like you would do with a file, like Control C and then Control V, and selecting this again, because if you paste something inside, you have both kind of on. Not really, but sometimes you do. Anyway, be aware that the cube is probably in the cube, so just select it again, and now you have two cubes. And if I change this color to something different, you see it's blue, and now I'm going to delete the red one. If I duplicate it, now see what happens. If I duplicate this guy and I change the color, you see then the color is the same, and that can be an advantage depending. Sometimes you want to have this effect, but also disadvantage. But what you can do in this case, if you did this, you can say you have, if you click on an object and then you see the material here, you see that the material has a counter, like 2 times this material. How do I say that? It's 2 times in this scene. So this material 067 is 2 times used in the scene. If you duplicate it again, it's 3 times in the scene. So every time we change that, everything changes as well. And you can get rid of this by just simply clicking on it. So, and now if we change this guy here, see, it got a different number. So those are still having the 067. This has become a new number, and that is good to know, because if you don't know, oh hell. And you know what? Write shortcuts and so on down. That is, wow. It makes you crazy if there are so many stuff you wanna remember. But I would recommend, do something, start with something, and every time when you wanna, every time you're stuck with something, look up what you need right now. Don't try to remember everything. Don't try to learn everything. But if you learned a new shortcut and you needed it right now, then write this one down, and this becomes slowly your notebook, your personal notebook. And what's important, what you need, you probably more likely will need it more often. So everything else doesn't really matter. You don't have to study it first, and then that can be very, very tough. So I just got confused. Okay. So let's continue our nonsense. You know what? Yeah. Give this a little bit of different material. We are going to experiment with that a little bit, but I'm gonna pause quickly. How do I do that again? Here. Okay, so I really like the pause ability to pause the recording with the OBS Open Broadcast software. It's so great and free. Like Blender, free and great, incredible. His face. So where was I? Yeah, I know. See, I know where I was. We will give this a little bit of different material. So there are, like I've mentioned, is the easiest way to create the material is just copying and pasting it from. It saves you some steps. But I would say today we're gonna start how it looks usually. So we're gonna make everything manually. It's good because then you will remember that a little bit. So, and I'm still color ramp need to from time to time I do that so that I don't forget how this works. Only from time to time, because I mean, it's all. You should not be pressured or something when you forget stuff, because I mean, what's the worst thing? Then you look it up again. So I mean, that's not too bad, I guess. So, but I understand the feeling, because I had this also when I was learning the language. And if you knew something and you think you forgot it, and you don't really forget it, but it feels like you forgot the word or something. Hold on. Wave texture, we try this one first. It feels like you feel a little bit dumb. You feel like, why can't I remember that stuff if other people do? But you know, everybody forgets certain stuff, and every time you look it up again, you remember it a little bit better and better and better. And at a certain point, you will remember everything what you consider is important. You will, however, forget stuff which you try to hammer in your brain. After a while, if you're not using it, you forget them. But if you don't use a language, hold on, I have to search the right thing. I talk too much. The convert vector bump. Was it displaced? No, mapping. If you forget the language a little bit because you haven't used for in a while, it's not very really forget. It's just stored deeply in your brain. It's still there, but the access to that is very far away. And as soon as you start using the language again, your brain will find it easier. So it's a lot. You recover it very fast. So don't worry about that. Really, it's not that bad. But I understand the feeling. So what we've done actually, it looks already good. While I was talking, I didn't pay attention. It's almost, we don't have to change anything. Let me see how this looks. It looks good. This one here is not affected. That's because Blender uses all the nodes. Sometimes I say this is modifier because I'm not, you know, in those ways, in the Z way and the Y way. So this is probably not used. Let's see what we can change to see if it's affected at a certain point. If not, it's not really a problem. You just have to think to find out how we can affect that, and that's all can be a struggle sometimes, because as you see, I'm changing certain values and it doesn't do anything. Makes me a little bit, oh wait a second, crazy. That's better. So I can't explain what what's the difference. I mean, object right now, what we probably say, what I think we say, please, this is something which is still confusing to me too, is right now, you know what, forget about it, we're gonna continue. Well, I mean, I can't explain it anyway, don't even know how, so that's fine. So how does it look? Weird. I liked it better before, but at least everything is covered now. And let's see how we can make this look kind of okay. Oh wait, you know what? Let's use the rings, and then let's deform this nonsense a little bit. Details maybe? No. That's good. Leaving it a little bit, making it bigger is good to see what we could change. I'm confused a little bit because I thought we cannot. Is this different? I thought, oh wait, maybe this was somewhere else. Maybe it was white noise. No, but I think I know what it was. Let me see, noise texture. Yeah, I think this one could help us. Let's see, can we just put this to this on top of that? Yeah, interesting. Let's just get quickly rid of that so that we see it a little bit. Oh, this one is not too bad, but I just want to see. I think it's this one destroying. Yeah, this is the, oh yeah, that's great. That's great, actually. And see, I don't really know what I'm doing, but it doesn't look perfect, but it looks close enough so that I can be satisfied with. It looks really good, actually. And that's how I work. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, a little bit, but I never know how it looks like in the end. So and that's the fun part. The bump node, this guy is what we changed the strength of the intensity, which is, I try to explain it, but take it easy, you know, I could be wrong a little bit, so be very careful with that. So the bump node, I said this once, and I think the first part of this is of the Blender thing, what I do, not a tutorial again, kind of simulates a depth. I think so. As a texture. A texture is two-dimensional, and it kind of simulates like a three-dimensional depth. I think that is a good description. Not 100% sure. And this is the intensity of it. You know, how intense it should look. And also it uses like the color. You have to think about the depth. Is I think it's the black version of this thing. It's like white and black, and the depth is the black is the depth, and the white is the high stuff. So, and with this we also change. I do not know actually. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But you see something happens, and that's good enough. That's good. Oh, this looks actually really good. I like it so far, and the render looks good too. And now we're gonna go into the material menu. We can delete this one, it's just irritating. And now we can change a little bit the roughness. The roughness determines how well material is reflecting the light. You know, if you set this to 0, it's reflecting almost everything. It looks kind of wet. It looks kind of good actually, not too bad. Metallic gives it a metallic look. Sometimes I'm turning it a little bit higher up because I think it looks kind of right, but it's in the circle metallic is presented very well in the cycle render engine. It's different, but what I do often is just changing those values and see how the scene looks, and I think that looks okay. It could be a little bit too rough, yeah, that looks good, I think, because I just remembered, and now we could, shall we do that? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna copy this one here, and now we're gonna paste this here down because we need that a little bit. And don't ask me exactly what I'm doing here, I just know it works. We're gonna put this one here into the normal, and then this was a little bit too fast, and we can get rid of this because we actually can also, if you work with Blender, it's good to that you want to know what does what. But again, here as well, you don't have to know every node because you kind of understand it, even though you couldn't explain how those stuff works. So if you don't understand everything, doesn't matter. But try to first to stick whatever video you're watching to understand how he is doing it. Just do it what he says, and if you can't follow, it doesn't matter, just do it, and if you keep working, you kind of understand it. And also, you have to look up a lot with Blender. GIMP, I kind of learned a lot by just using GIMP. I barely looked up for stuff when I was stuck. I did when I really stuck, but it's kind of possible to learn the Blender in GIMP without looking up so much. But in Blender, forget about that. You need to look up stuff. There is no way that maybe you, because you are a genius probably, that you could remember or figure out stuff on your own if you haven't seen that, if you don't know how this even works. So I had to look up a lot of stuff. and they're really good people, very good people. Oh, this bothered me yesterday a little bit, or was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it bothered me yesterday, but I'm not sure when I uploaded the video, but it was yesterday, I guess. I said something like that I don't care about other people's work, which is true. I don't really care. It's not that I'm, for example, I'm not using Instagram or Twitter to find other people because I want to see what people are doing. This I don't care, but I think I value videos like tutorials, and if somebody does a good job, I value this. It's not that when I see something accidentally or something, that I think that's good. I just don't use it for looking up stuff, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I get inspired, and then I look up, I don't know, universe picture or something like that, and then I care about this, but I'm not sure if you can follow me. So I want to be honest, I don't really care. I'm not looking for people and then I interact with them. That's not what I do. Hold on. We are using this guy here because it sounded a little bit too harsh, I think, like, but it's true. That is true. Yeah, you know, I try to be honest, but explaining things is sometimes a little bit tricky, especially when I do something besides. So I probably have to explain it next time again. Wait a second. I'm searching something which maybe this one here. I know how it looks, but I don't remember the word. Was it that maybe? Not this one, not. Or this one, not this one. No, no. Point, no. Noise, for sure not. This one maybe. Wait a second. No. Image, no, Guardian, not. Am I stupid? Probably. Magic. No, I'm searching for what? Well, I'm pausing it, and when I have it, then I show it to you. Okay, I found it. It's this one here I was looking for. This is a good example. I don't really know what it does. But I remember that the guy in the video used that. Set this one to this one, and what we try to do with that is just making a little bit of destruction things. For that, I'm gonna turn on the whole. Doesn't do anything. Oh, it does something. I just don't see it well. Maybe this one? No. This one. Normal strength. No, this looks... Ah! Or is it maybe like that? What the heck is that? No, this is not how it should work. Okay, I think I don't know what I'm doing here. I tried to mix a little destructions in the thing, but... Oh yeah, it works, but I don't really see it well. No. Ah, here. Okay, now it... Okay, that's what I wanted to see. That's good. That is good. I'm happy that it kind of turned out. So you see that's a little bit... It looks like you would distract it. So, let's see. And now we have to make it like only slightly visible. Maybe with this. Like this one here. Doesn't have the effect I was looking for. But a little bit. A little bit. mean, it's important that it looks from the distance good. Yeah, that's okay, I guess. I mean, you know, you can argue if it's better or not. It's something, not perfect, but something. Now we can go in this menu and adjust this as well a little bit. Yeah, good. What we're gonna do now is we try to make this a little bit more. Oh, there's also a nice way actually. That's good. I want to show you this because it's very cool actually. So if we have like this is the one object, right? So if you want to just select the green objects, then we just turn on. We select the color, and then we select just this one. Only the color is selected. So very helpful. It's kind of like categorizing the stuff. There is also a way to categorize certain polygons, vertexes, I believe are they called. I never said this guy here. And group them and so on, give them a name. It's basically even better actually. But this is how I do that. I work with, you know, I need to see stuff like I've said, and that is very helpful, helping me. Okay, so now yeah, make this a little bit more shiny and a little bit more dark. And now we can actually use this one here. Don't need both, but we just copy both. Maybe we can delete everything we don't need. Oh, I think sometimes I have to copy it like that. For some reason it doesn't work with copying it with the other stuff. Yeah, this looks interesting actually. Let's see. A little bit too much for this guy. You know what? We don't need that. Yeah, we can delete that. But I also think about it, the Twitter and stuff. It was never really a thing in Germany or with my friends. No one of my friends is using Twitter like Americans do. I watched a little bit Joe Rogan. You may know him. He is very interesting, for sure very interesting. Otherwise, people wouldn't watch. And he said once that Twitter is a very huge thing compared to Europeans, and he's right. It's not a big deal, and here, for me, Twitter is weird because it's like, I tried it like once, making a little sentences and so on, and from time to time I do, but I do not know. It's a weird concept. It feels weird, and when I say something, it doesn't feel like me. But what I do right now is just posting my stuff and then write a little bit to that, but I'm not doing a great job. So let's see how we can change. We have to change the rotation in here, but let me go figure out how we do that. A little bit tricky because we can change it, but it's very confusing sometimes. Hey, what is that? That looks good. Oh, you know what? We're gonna use the wave texture. I like the wave texture a lot. Because kind of it's at least I can see somehow. I can't change the rotation anymore. I don't know how I did this. Oh no, now it works. See, that's why it's so weird. I think if I keep doing it, I get a better understanding. My understanding right now is it's a weird construction understanding. So very I mean, you could explain it to me and I'm still not getting it, because some things I will only understand by using it more often. That's how it works. So, but that's good actually. Have you seen here? If I change this, we could rotate it to there. Ah, yeah, that looks like a kind of like a leaf thing. So could we do with that? Could we bend that maybe as well? Oh yeah, kind of. Look at that. Look at that. Interesting, huh? So, that's also what I think, you know, a lot of artists and so on are only great because they are using good tools. I think that's what people forget, is that a lot of artists couldn't do shit without the tools. You know, you need tools, not just Blender. Also, if you are a painter or something, you need tools, and that's, I think, something what I think should be mentioned more often. Yeah, because, you know, the guys who sorry about that, constructed Blender. I mean that's a whole different level. That's so crazy to me. It's crazy that it's free. It's crazy that it's that great. It's crazy that it's that it's so stable. And yeah, I think that is something very important. So I just used a modifier called hey, what have I done? I thought I would have activated the modifier. I didn't probably. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. We can. Although, let me just go back until I did something. Just. Oh, what did I? What kind of modifier is that? It doesn't say. Apply a shape key. What modifier is that? Is it interesting? Maybe I used smooth, maybe? Ah, smooth, interesting. This is not what I wanted to do. That's why I got confused. But it does something funny, actually. That's why I wanted to know which modifier this is. Okay, well, what I wanted to use is simply deform. And then we're gonna... let's see what twist. Hey, man, what's up, man? You shouldn't complain about anything. Bend. Okay. That's so funny. Yeah, it's cool actually, this guy here. Yeah, do we need that right now? Let's just ignore that. So my eye is itchy. Yeah, you know, that's just, I think everything needs somebody, you know. If you're an artist, for example, then you need to live at a place, you know, like you need a house, and you are not constructed a house, so somebody constructed a house, and that's why you can live in the house and make your art, which is great. So I think that should be. What I try to say is, if you praise only one because he is an artist or something, then you forget about all the other people who are make this possible, you know. I think that should be mentioned. I never got this concept actually. I always hated when people just mindlessly went to big buildings like castles and so on, and they just looked at this and said something like, that's incredible, and then only the kings were pointed out that this is the castle of the king, he created it. Well, he created the building. I was always thinking like, he did this? He created the building? Okie dokie. He alone created a building. And I was thinking, what about the people, you know, who did this, the work? What about them? How many people had to suffer because of that? And creating cool buildings is a very nice thing, but it's even nicer if you can do it without abusing other people, you know. really, that's something what if just keep it in mind. It's good, sure, nice building is cool. Just try to make it good for everybody. Yeah, anyway. So, what do we say? My guy, how do you look? Great, huh? So, this one will become our funny little thing. So, I see. That's why sometimes using this to select everything is better. But you will see it looks different, right, to that one. So they are looking kind of better because the direction of this, I mean, this material actually uses the same properties, which means the same direction and so on. You know, they are all basically the same. So what we're gonna do is we are selecting it again and go to this menu, and then we make a new material, giving it a new material, say assign. Now it's white. We're gonna go into this menu again to shading. Yeah, that's good. Then we're gonna copy this guy and we have to go into this menu, delete this one, and voila. Now we have like a different material. It's a little bit done in a weird way, but we have, you know, this one is now this. How do I show you this? Yeah. So, hold on. So, this the right side, and this is the left side now. This one here. Okay, and if you change this now, we don't have to think about that we accidentally changing that as well. So we have to work on the direction, I think so. Also, we can make it a little bit like this and see what happens if we play around with that. Now we have to make it bigger to see it better. And okay, let me reset this. 1, 0, 0. Okay, yeah, that's better. Because it looks already pretty. Huh? Ah, yeah. I mean, again, it doesn't have to be look very accurate, but because it takes so much time because I don't know what I'm doing. So, and then I try to make something which I like. So if you think I'm gonna look for a certain look, I don't. I just simply continue doing it until I think that looks like something I could use. Yeah, let's see. Ah, yeah, that's better. Hey, we can. I think we can stretch. I mean, I understand this is the stretching thing, but it's still weird. I tell you that it's still weird because I'm not getting it completely. I would like to make it a little bit. Oh, destruction is good. Yeah, that's also good. We can use this one here. Make it a little bit bigger again. Oh, interesting. More bigger. Oops. I mean, in the end, you will not see that anyways in the end. So it's actually what I'm doing is a little bit over the top, but fair enough. It doesn't look at all like but okay, we can work with that. There's also a possibility to make so what we could do in Photoshop, we could create a 2D leaf, and then oh, let me do something here. We could create a 2D leaf. I'm gonna split this in here and put a lot of 2D leaves and put a lot of 2D leaves to on a tree, then it looks like a really good leaf. I think so. That's the plan. It works. It takes some time until we do this right, but it's possible. And it's also very simple, and that's done pretty often in computer games. But it's also fun to do it that way. Like I said, there's so many ways to do that. Oh boy, that looks dangerous, man. What have I done? Oh my god. It's becoming a horror snowman. Let's get rid of this here again. Let's see what we've done. Can we? Oh, that's better. I also think it's a little bit too big. That's a problem. That's why it looks so weird. It's just a really big leaf, huh? Oh, it's just, what have I? Oh boy, where am I? Oh, wait a second. This doesn't look too bad actually. Okay, let's go. Let's undo certain steps to this one. And yeah, okay, we can use that. Good. Next steps are a little bit easier. I didn't, this wasn't my intent. Oh, what actually, you see, I realized that what could help us is making it a little bit different. This one here is, you know, the how do we say that, the Übergang. You see, this is a pretty straight, or what is Übergang in the English? Let me check this word. Okay, the transition is pretty rough, and we could do it different. We could actually say, we could make it like this and go like this one here, and then extrude this a little bit inside. Again, that's the problem. It's now Z instead of V. That's the German thing again. That's the problem I always have. Let's use this one here. So, and then extrude it again, make it smaller, extrude it again, and then we're gonna go up. And we have now this guy. We need to, we can make it even more, even smaller. Okay, English key. Also, the undo button doesn't work when I change the language. That's the weirdest part. So make it smaller and like this. Oh yeah, we could do it very well, I think. So, but you know, that's really over the top. It's just because I thought about that. Like this one. And like this one. And now go into this menu and say we select this part and that part, and giving this material. And now it looks a little bit different. This is a little bit too thin. And it's a little bit too similar to symmetric. Okay, now it's getting weird. But if you play a game like a modern game, take a look at the leaves. Although meanwhile they got really good. I think they're doing it really good. Oh boy, it's getting worse. I should focus on something different now. Oh man. Because the problem is really that we will not see that great. I didn't want it to do so. You know what? This one and like this one, and then we have to. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, guys, I think we are good. I think this, yeah, it's okay. Not the best thing, but for the first attempt, I think. Look at this. I mean, it scares me a little bit to be. But that's good enough. Okay, we have this guy. Oh, this is very funny. Let me show you this guy. This thing we could also. I mean, this is the hair, right? This is with the particular modifier. I can show you the hair. This is just a round thing, actually. Let me just take this away, and you see that's a very simple construction here. Let's go to this. You see that's just. I'm not sure if this is even. Yeah. It's. Oh, why does it have a modifier anyway? That's a little bit. That's a nonsense modifier, I believe. Let me see what happens if we go back. German. I always have to change the. Okay, so do we need that? Does this change anything? No, this is just. This is really nonsense. I'll tell you why. Because we don't see the shape anyways, and having like subdivision modifier with level 3 is just more rendering for Blender, and doesn't change the hair particle at all. So this doesn't make any sense to have this activated. But you know, it's not that we lack of performance, so it's not the best. But that's something, yeah, weird. Okay, we have this guy, and I show you something. We can make him very funny looking. Very. See? Now, see how this looks? It looks almost like yeah, it looks like other trees, but it's a little bit, the problem with that, I think, is, oh, wait a second, I have a great idea, guys. I have a really great idea. You know what? What happens if we that this is not what I wanted to do, but it's also funny. Problem with that is, I believe, let me see what happens if we render that, and I hope we are not in circle. Is, yeah, you see that. You don't see that because that's actually physics. It drops down if you play the animation, see? Look at this guy! That's a different thing. I can't explain this today. So we activate hair. Looks very confusing, also to me. But we can handle that. So hold on, let me just think. That's the biggest problem I always have, to understand kind of what am I actually doing. So hair length is too long, that's for sure. That was good actually. How does it look? Oh yeah, here's the problem. It's basically I think the hair color doesn't really work with the nodes. We can give it a color, but the hair particle uses the material which of the object we've chosen. There's also a way to give it a different material. Let me try this as well. I want to see how this works for myself, because you know, I'm still, you know, just blue to understand a little bit. We're gonna go back into this. I think we can use the material like this. Would this work? No, it doesn't. Object maybe. How could we give it... How could we give it a different material? Render as path. Render as object. No, it's probably not this one here. Okay, anyway. We do it different because I don't know how to do it, and I already recorded almost an hour. So we're gonna make it... I have an idea. We are just copying that. Then we're gonna get rid of this. Like this one. Pasting it again. And now we're gonna go back of this material. Give it a new one. Let's say green, dark green, like this one. And it looks a little bit weird, but that's okay for now. Like this. Okay, now let's go into the hair particle menu. Let's see if we use that a little bit. Where is trimming? Yeah. Yeah. And now we're gonna go into clumping. Yeah. Yeah. Something happens. I can't tell what, but something happens. And I think we have to make the original bigger. A good way to do it is probably, or this one smaller. Let's see, we're gonna go into edit mode, selecting everything and making it smaller, like this. Not perfect, as you can see, but it's okay. So let's see, let's maybe can we make it rounder? No, it's already round, right? Would this change something? Yeah, but is this necessary? I don't know. Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. Though I wonder, maybe we could just use a stick instead of the... Okay, we gonna use that for now. Let's see. It's good, but I don't see my leaves anymore. It's just too big. Ah, this looks better. But it's not perfect. The problem is really that what I would like to do is hide I just want to have the grass without the object, but I couldn't think of I don't have a solution for that right now. Except making the other stuff bigger. That's what I'm going for right now. Not perfect, but it's the best thing I can think of right now. Could we do that? Let me see. Let me check something. Maybe this would be better. What happens if we use a small cube? Although that's also difficult, I think. Yeah, let me try to understand that. So this is the thing we have. Bam, 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 bam. We can make it like this. Okay. So get not confused right now because I'm gonna do something. So now we have this little guy here. We just want to have a little guy. And extrude this guy. Oh wait, we have to see it. It's a little bit complicated to do it without seeing it. Oh boy, it's very complicated. Okay, so that's better. Like this one. I just need to see it. How does it look? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something. It's something. It's a little bit too. Oh wait. We can make it longer. Like this here. And maybe we can make it rounder as well. Like a little. Oh yes. So. Yeah. Oh no, we could do that. We could cam it afterwards. Okay. And then is there something like a randomness? Like Okay, and then we have clumping. That's also interesting. Clumping is cool. Yeah, it looks good. But we need to make it smaller. Hair length. Crap. Good, there was still a little bit too much clumping, I guess. Good, we take this away. Yeah, what have I done? This is probably not better. No, this is, I mean, it's also good, but it's a different thing. Well, how does it look in the render? Yeah, funny. But not perfect, but funny. Let's use a modifier like, what is that again? Let's use simple div. What the heck? Eh? That's interesting. What is this doing here? Ah, this is the other thing, okay. So, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Let's see what happens if we cam this here a little bit. Let's see, we could also cut certain points. Oh, that would be... No, I'm an idiot. We could do it different, guys. We could do it like that. And then we're gonna cut everything. Can we do that? Kinda. Okay, let's go into the particle. Maybe it's because we have turned on children. Oh yeah, if you're gonna go into this menu again. Yeah, we cut it everything except the children because they are, well, it's weird. Also it sounds weird when if you say that like that. And now we can add here a little bit, there a little bit, there a little bit, there a little bit, and see how this works. Oh, it looks great. Awesome, look at that. You don't see anything. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do we handle this situation here? That's a question. That's what I meant last time. It's very weird, but it's cool somehow. So I have to think about that, I guess, but for now it's okay. Let me just try something different as well, because I just, oh wait a second, before we do that, let me change the material a little bit. I just want to see how it looks like. Looks very shiny, like is that what I meant if we turn on, at least here, and this makes kind of sense because it really changes that to something which, yeah. Although in the winter time it would probably be white anyways, and a bit shiny. Yeah, that looks better because it's winter. Okay, is it possible to just give a certain area particle system? Is this a thing? No, it's affecting everything. Okay. Yeah. I don't know now, guys. I kind of like it. You know what? It's fine. It's something I'm gonna try next time, but again, we really wanna focus on the basics right now, so that's okay. I think we did a pretty good job with making the let me just see. Der Ast.
Der Ast.
Yeah. The branch. And the leaves are okay. They kind of better. But I can't make them the same right now. I mean, maybe I could if I keep working on them. But I think it's weird is, wait a second, what happens with me? Oh yeah, that's better. So, but I think they are just too strong. We're gonna go back into this menu and make this a little bit lighter. Hey, look at that. Not too bad, but we have to make it a little bit stronger so that it's visible. Yeah, that's okay. Also, we're gonna give him a little bit different color, just slight different. So it's winter, so it's a little bit less colorful probably. Okay. There's also painting. You can kind of paint those stuff. That's also cool. But again, there's so many stuff you can do. So this is a bone, and this is a cube. That's fine. I think he's good enough to be in the scene right now. Only thing is, I think he's looking a little bit. Yeah, this guy I like. This guy I like. Last time I also remember that I said this looks very flashy. Flashy is not a word. It's not a German word. It's not an English word. It's a mixture. I figured out. I said this. I don't know how my brain works. Sometimes it's weird. But the funny thing, I think I know why that happened. In the German version, it's called flauschig if something is very soft, and you know. And in the English version, it's called flauschig. I knew it yesterday. Fluffy, right? So, and I just somehow combined those words and said flushy. And flushy sounds like flushy, and flushy is a bottle. Anyway, that's okay. Oh, I see. So, and this one as well. What have I done? Yeah, see, it took a long time to create this guy. I think it makes sense to even make leaves with the two-dimensional, because you don't, if you want to have a lot of leaves, and and then they look very good. I think so. I haven't done this proper yet. I did once a little bit of a try, not much, and I was pretty okay with it. So this one I also want to change. It looks, oh, red fits to this, but maybe how does green look again? Yeah, it looks good. A little bit darker, I guess. Ah. Yeah. Good. No, that's fine. We're gonna use him now. Pausing the thing here. Okie dokie, guys. I think I'll make another part because it's 1.5 hours, and I'm not sure if this is even entertaining actually. But well, that's what it is. If you don't really know what you do, what you're looking for, although even if you know what you want to do, sometimes it just takes a long time. So I pasted this guy and this menu here. Oh, this is the door. Where is my snowman? Here's my snowman. We don't need him. It's getting too confusing with him. That's yeah, that's fine. Let's use this menu. You know what? I really think I have to take care of this one here because it really doesn't need to have this at least. I mean, we saved it anyways. I think this causes performance issues completely unnecessary. There's no need that this has to have an subdivision modifier. So let's see, we saved that. It's still a little bit laggy. I think the hair particle itself is just a huge deal for Blender. So this guy we don't need actually as well. I mean, I like him very much. He's very cute actually. He's just so looking, so I do not know, it's something, sometimes a thing has a soul and then I don't really know why. Just feels yeah, feels like a real thing. Like a living thing, not a real thing, like a living thing. Oh, this is a different problem I've encountered today. Yeah, I remember. So for some reason the hair particles behaving different when we scale them down. So we have to scale him down a little bit, but then the head becomes bigger and bigger. Oh boy, look at you. So let's see if we can decrease it a little bit the length, but it's different. It's difficult. I tried. I encountered the same problem today in the. It kind of works here, in the thumbnail versions. So yesterday, I think it was yesterday, and that's kind of funny. It's interesting actually how this works. So length. Yes, this is too. So oh hey. No, this doesn't change anything. Number of seats. Yeah, this one here. Maybe this one. We can change this as well. No, we can't because we kind of, if you cam the hair, then this option is not available anymore. But it's not really a problem. Just wanna make sure that yeah, that's okay. I mean, also he will not be too visible in this scene. Not even sure if I want to have him here like that, but I think so. I think he's doing a good job in here. So Let's see. So, how does this look? How does it look? Yeah, I really think I'm gonna make two parts because I wanted to show you the game thing as well, but it'll be too much for one thing, right? Or is it really? Maybe it's not. Weird to explain. But this one as well became too big. Although I like it kind of that he is hiding under that because it's so cold in this sci-fi environmental. Yeah, like this one here. Yeah. Good. You know what, guys? No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut here this part, and I'm gonna upload it right away. While I'm going. I sound like a Murloc in from World of Warcraft. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break a little bit, and then I'm going to continue my recording because I can still work on that. And while I'm doing this, I'm uploading already the part. That makes sense. Yeah, that's good. Okay.